forces, enemy forces, enemy infantry spotted, enemy infantry, enemy infantry, enemy forces, enemy forces, enemy forces spotted, enemy forces spotted, enemy sniper, enemy sniper, enemy sniper spotted, enemy infantry spotted, enemy forces spotted, enemy infantry spotted, enemy sniper spotted, enemy infantry, enemy infantry spotted, enemy infantry spotted, enemy infantry spotted, enemy infantry, enemy infantry spotted, enemy infantry spotted. Do you copy? Hostiles on the ground. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry, enemy infantry, enemy forces spotted, 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 enemy infantry spotted, enemy infantry spotted, enemy infantry spotted, enemy activity, do you copy? Enemy troop! Enemy snipers on our perimeter, spot enemy infantry, enemy infantry, enemy infantry, enemy infantry spotted, enemy infantry, enemy infantry spotted, enemy infantry, enemy infantry spotted, enemy infantry spotted, enemy sniper, enemy sniper spotted, enemy sniper spotted, enemy sniper spotted, enemy unit, enemy infantry, enemy infantry, enemy infantry, enemy infantry, enemy units on the move, hostiles on the ground. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy forces spotted. Forces. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Forces spotted. Enemy forces. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy forces spotted. Forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Forces spotted. Attack this position. You got it. Enemy units on the move. Snipers on our perimeter. Follow me. Enemy units on the move. Enemy infantry. 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 Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy troops. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
أحضر الإسعافات الأولية. نحتاج إسعافات أولية. أحضر مزيدا من الذخيرة إلى هنا. نحتاج ذخيرة هنا.
Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy units on the move. Good deal, thanks. Enemy units on the move. Do you copy? Enemy activity. Do you copy?
Sniper!
Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy activity. Do you copy? Thanks. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Hostiles on the ground. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy activity. Enemy sniper spotted. Do you copy? Enemy sniper.
Transmitting on this mark.
Enemy hostiles on the ground. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy troops. Do you copy? Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted.
Need ammo. Over. Enemy troops.
Enemy forces spotted. 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 Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper spotted.
I need a medic here. I need ammo.
Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. sniper spotted.
Enemy activity. Enemy units on the move.
Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy forces spotted.
Enemy activity.
UAV online and transmitting.
Hey, thanks. Requesting unmanned aerial. Do you copy?
UAV support denied. UAV already airborne. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces 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 spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry 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 spotted. Sniper spotted.
UAV online and transmitting.
Enemy forces spotted.
Enemy units on the move.
Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy
Unmanned aerial. Do you copy? Hostile forces spotted.
Negative.
Over.
UAV already airborne.
Enemy
Over.
activity. Do you copy? Hostiles on the ground. Enemy troops.
UAV online and transmitting.
A bingo on ammo. Do you copy?
Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces
Enemy
spotted.
activity.
Enemy
Do you
infantry.
copy?
Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper
Enemy
spotted.
forces. Over.
Enemy sniper spotted.
Enemy activity. Do you copy?
Attack this coordinate.
A bingo on ammo. Do you copy? Enemy troops identified. Do you
Sniper
copy?
spotted. Enemy forces. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry.
Enemy
Sniper
troops.
spotted.
Hey, thanks. I owe you one.
Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted.
Good deal, thanks.
Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted.
Enemy activity. Do you
Enemy
copy?
forces spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy activity. Enemy infantry spotted. Sniper. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper. Enemy forces spotted.
Running dry. Running dry. Ammo. Need ammo. Need medic. Quick.
UAV
Do you copy?
transmitting on this mark.
You got frag grenade. Okay, thanks. I owe you one.
Medic. Medic.
Clear. Clear. You'll live, buddy. Now get back.
Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper spotted.
Follow me, soldiers.
First aid.
Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
Enemy activity. Do you copy? Sniper.
Attack this coordinate.
Enemy
Enemy
troops.
infantry spotted.
Enemy units on the ground. A bingo on ammo. Do you copy?
Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
A bingo on ammo.
Enemy
units on the move. Do you copy?
Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper
Enemy
spotted.
units on the move. Running
Enemy
dry.
sniper.
Hostile forces spotted. Over.
Transmitting on this mark.
Running dry. Need ammo. Over.
Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted.
Need ammo.
Enemy infantry.
Clear.
Enemy infantry. Enemy sniper. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy
infantry, enemy infantry, enemy forces, enemy forces, enemy infantry, enemy forces, enemy forces, enemy infantry, enemy infantry, spotted, enemy infantry, spotted.
Clear!
Enemy infantry, enemy infantry, enemy infantry, enemy infantry, enemy sniper, enemy sniper, spotted.
Grenade!
Enemy sniper, spotted.
Grenade!
Medic, attack this
UAV
coordinate.
is low on fuel. Transmission ended.
Medic!
UAV transmitting on this mark.
Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Sniper spotted. Enemy sniper. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Sniper spotted. Supplies at your position. Enemy units on the move. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy units on the move. Sniper. We're losing men left and right. Sniper. Enemy units on the move. Enemy sniper. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy muscle forces. Enemy infantry. Spotted. Enemy units on the move. Enemy infantry. Spotted. Enemy troops identified. Do you copy? Enemy infantry. Spotted. Enemy infantry. Medic. Enemy troops. Attack this coordinate. Follow me, soldiers. Follow me, soldiers.
UAV is low on fuel.
Sniper. Running dry. Need ammo. Over. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy sniper. Enemy infantry spotted. Sniper. Enemy infantry. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
UAV transmitting on this mark.
Supplies at your position. Roger that. Good deal. Thanks. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy sniper spotted. Hostile enemy forces over. Sniper.
UAV transmitting
Good
on
deal,
this
thanks.
mark.
Hey, thanks. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy snipers. Enemy snipers. Enemy snipers identified. Do you copy? Enemy infantry. Over. Enemy infantry. Over. Enemy infantry spotted. Forces spotted. Over. Enemy infantry. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces over. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry.
UAV offline.
Supplies at your position. Enemy units on the move. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
UAV online and transmitting.
Clear!
Enemy infantry spotted. 10-4. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Over. Medic.
UAV is
Enemy muscle forces infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces. Enemy infantry forces over. How about some help over here? Spotted. Over. All clear. Position under control. Out. Roger that. Thanks. I owe you one, Ken. Thanks. I owe you one. Hey, thanks. Hostile forces spotted. Hostile forces spotted. Over. 10-4. Medic!
Frag grenade!
Hostile enemy troop. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy units on the move. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper 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 spotted. Sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Sniper. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces spotted.
UAV offline. طائرة بدون طيار تعمل وبدأت البث.
شكرا. أدين لك بواحدة. لك ذلك. شكرا. أدين لك بواحدة. من الأعداء تتحرك. التجهيزات صارت في موقعها. شوهدت قوات الأعداء. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. قناص من الأعداء. نطلب الذخيرة. حول. يحتاج إلى ذخيرة. خطة جيدة. شكرا. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. جنود الأعداء على الأرض. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك.
الطائرة بدون طيار
قناص من الأعداء تتحرك.
الإسعافات الأولية. شكرا.
ستنفذ الذخيرة منا. نحتاج المزيد. حول. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. تحركات للأعداء. هل تسمعوني؟ وحدات قوات الأعداء. حول. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. من الأعداء.
قنبلة. قنبلة.
القائد الجديد في الخدمة. تنفذ الذخيرة منا. نحتاج المزيد. حول.
جاري البث الحي من الطائرة بدون طيار.
ظهر جنود الأعداء. شوهدت قوات الأعداء. شوهد قناص من الأعداء. الله. سريا للأعداء. سريا للأعداء.
فجاء حسنا.
قناص من الأعداء.
وجود الطائرة بدون طيار. انتهى البث. جاري البث الحي من الطائرة بدون طيار.
وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. جنود الأعداء على الأرض. جنود الأعداء على الأرض. بواحدة. جنود الأعداء على الأرض.
سريع للأعداء بدون طيار. انتهى البث.
قناص من الأعداء. جنود الأعداء على الأرض.
طائرة بدون طيار.
وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. تحركات للأعداء. هل تسمعوني؟ ظهر جنود الأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء. شوهدت قوات الأعداء.
توقفت عن العمل.
شكرا. أدين لك. وحدات جنود الأعداء على الأرض. شوهدت من الأعداء. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. سريا للأعداء أيها البطل. الله. تحركات الأعداء. هل
طائرة
تسمعوني؟
بدون طيار. انتهى البث.
ظهر جنود الأعداء. جنود الأعداء.
جاري البث الحي من الطائرة بدون طيار.
سريع للأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء. شوهد قناص من الأعداء. جنود الأعداء على الأرض. التجهيزات صارت في موقعها. تحرك. تحركات للأعداء. هل تسمعون؟ ظهر جنود الأعداء. قناص من الأعداء. يحتاج إلى ذخيرة. وحدة تحركات للأعداء. هل تسمعوني؟ سريع للأعداء.
الطائرة بدون طيار تعمل.
تحركات للأعداء. حركات للأعداء. هل تسمعوني؟ جنود الأعداء على الأرض. سريع للأعداء. الله. ظهر جنود الأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء. جنود الأعداء. جنود الأعداء. تتحرك.
الطائرة بدون طيار تعمل. بدأت البث.
ظهر جنود الأعداء.
الإسعافات الأولية إلى هنا.
ظهر جنود الأعداء. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. جنود الأعداء على الأرض.
تحركات الأعداء. هل تسمعوني؟ وحدة تتحرك.
أحد الرجال. شوهد قناص من الأعداء.
الطائرة بدون طيار تعمل. بدأت البث.
نحتاج أسعاف فليقتال. حسنا. انطلق.
شكرا أيها البطل. شكرا أيها البطل. سريع للأعداء. جنود الأعداء على الأرض. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. تحركات للأعداء. هل تسمعوني؟ وحدات شوهد قناص من جنود الأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء. قناص من الأعداء.
الطائرة بدون طيار تعمل. بدأت البث.
ظهر جنود الأعداء. شوهد قناص من الأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء. جنود الأعداء. سريع للأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء.
الطائرة بدون طيار تعمل. بدأت البث.
شكرا. أدين لك بواحدة. إلى أين تذهب أيها الجندي؟ ظهر جنود الأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء. جنود الأعداء على الأرض.
توقفت عن العمل.
تحركات الأعداء. هل تسمعوني؟ شكرا أيها البطل. سريع للأعداء. شكرا. أدين لك بواحدة. ظهر جنود الأعداء. جنود الأعداء على الأرض. تحركات للأعداء. هل تسمعوني؟ تحركات للأعداء. هل تسمعوني؟ ستنفذ الذخيرة منا. حول. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. جنود الأعداء على الأرض. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. ظهر جنود الأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء.
الطائرة بدون تيار تعمل. بدأت
ظهر جنود الأعداء. شوهدت قوات الأعداء. شوهدت قوات الأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء. جنود الأعداء على الأرض. التجهيزات صارت في موقع. ظهر جنود حركات الأعداء. جنود الأعداء على الأرض.
السيارة بدون تيار توقفت عن العمل.
سريا للأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء.
السيارة بدون تيار تعمل. بدأت البث.
ظهر جنود الأعداء. شوهدت قوات الأعداء. شوهدت قوات الأعداء. الله. شوهدت قوات الأعداء تتحرك. ظهر جنود الأعداء. جنود الأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء.
السيارة بدون تيار تعمل. بدأت البث.
وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. تحركات للأعداء. هل تسمعوني؟ جنود الأعداء على الأرض. شوهدت قوات الأعداء. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. سريا للأعداء. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. هل تسمعوني؟ جنود الأعداء على الأرض. شوهدت قوات جنود الأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك.
السيارة بدون تيار تعمل.
جنود الأعداء على الأرض. فقدنا السيطرة على إحدى النقاط. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. سريا للأعداء. تحركات للأعداء. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. هل تسمعوني؟ تحركات للأعداء. تتحرك. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. هل تسمعوني؟ تم فتح المنطقة وهي تحت السيطرة. تحركات للأعداء على الأعداء. حركات الأعداء.
جاري البث الحي من السيارة بدون
ظهر جنود الأعداء.
فليبدأ ستعيش ويهجم.
ظهر جنود. شوهدت قوات الأعداء.
فليبتعد ستعيش ويهجم.
حملنا للأعداء على إحدى النقاط. شوهدت.
فليبتعد الجميع.
التجهيزات صارت في موقعك. حملنا للأعداء. احضروا قوات الأعداء.
جاري البث الحي من السيارة بدون تيار.
شوهدت قوات الأعداء. تم التعرف على سرية الأعداء. هل تسمعوني؟ الله. تحركات للأعداء. هل تسمعوني؟ وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. فقدنا السيطرة على إحدى النقاط. أحتاج إلى
السيارة بدون تيار تعمل. بدأت البث.
ظهر جنود الأعداء. فقدنا السيطرة على إحدى النقاط. ستنفذ الذخيرة منا. نحتاج المزيد. حول. تم مسح جميع المناطق. التجهيزات صارت في موقعك. احضروا المسعف.
السيارة بدون تيار تعمل. بدأت البث.
قوات الأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء. يميني. هل تسمعني؟ شوهدت وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. هل تسمعني؟ أين المسعف؟ تحرك بسرعة. سريع للأعداء. جنود الأعداء. أين المسعف؟
سريا
تم التحرك على ريح الأعداء. هل تسمعني؟ تحركات الأعداء. هل تسمعوني؟ تحركات الأعداء. هل تسمعوني؟ تحركات الأعداء. هل تسمعوني؟ تحركات الأعداء. هل تسمع؟ وحدات الأعداء تتحرك.
الطائرة بدون طيار تعمل. بدأت البث.
سريع للأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء. ظهر جنود الأعداء.
بدأت البث.
مارك. تحركات الأعداء تتحرك. وحدات الأعداء تتحرك. شكرا يمكن لك بالوحدة. وحدات الأعداء. شكرا أدين لك بالواحدة. ظهر جنود الأعداء. تقديم المشاة. جنود الأعداء على الأرض. سريع للأعداء.
نحتاج أسعافات.
شكرا أيها البطل. شوهدت الأعداء. جنود الأعداء على الأرض.
نفذ وقود الطائرة بدون طيار. انتهى البث. الطائرة بدون طيار
شوهدت قوات الأعداء. شكرا أيها البطل. شكرا أدين لك بالواحدة. جنود الأعداء على الأرض.
الطائرة بدون طيار.
شكرا أيها البطل. هل تسمعوني؟ سريع للأعداء.
الطائرة بدون طيار توقفت عن العمل. الطائرة بدون طيار تعمل. بدأت البث.
reinforcements. Over. Thanks. I owe you one. Requesting reinforcements. Over. Good deal, thanks. Enemy troop! Requesting reinforcements. Over. Hostiles on the ground. Good deal, thanks. New commander is on duty. Enemy infantry spotted.
UAV transmitting on this mark.
We've regained control.
UAV is being low on fuel. Transmission ending.
The enemy is in control. Work harder, soldiers.
قنبلة.
Enemy activity. Do you copy?
ألقيت قنبلة. حسنا. انطلق الآن.
Enemy forces, over. Snipers on our perimeter. Hostile sniper spotted, over. Hostile infantry spotted, over.
Grenade!
Enemy troops identified, do you copy? Hostile sniper spotted, over. Enemy unit on the move. Artillery is condition red. Hostile infantry spotted, do you copy?
To go!
I read hostile infantry spotted, over. Medic!
UAV transmitting on this mark.
Enemy units on the ground. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy unit on the move. Do you copy? Enemy units on the move.
UAV transmitting on this mark.
Requesting reinforcements. Over. Control restored. Well done. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted.
UAV online and transmitting.
Enemy activity. Do you copy? Enemy units on the move. Activity. Do you copy? Enemy activity. Do you copy? Position cleared and under control. Enemy troop.
UAV transmitting on this mark. Negative. Transport aircraft is unavailable. Roger on the supply drop. Over.
حاضر.
Enemy troop!
أعتذر. لقد
Enemy units on the move! Enemy units on the move! Enemy troop! Enemy units on the move!
Requesting reinforcements. Over.
Enemy units on the move! Thanks, champ. Enemy activity. Do you copy?
We need reinforcing. Do you copy?
Enemy units on the move! Enemy units on the move! Enemy troop! Enemy units on the move!
Requesting reinforcements. Over.
UAV transmitting on Bismarck. Roger on the supply drop. Over.
ذلك غير ممكن. آسف زميل. قنبلة. ألقي قنبلة.
Move it!
Requesting reinforcements. Over.
UAV offline.
Enemy troop! Hostiles on the ground.
أحضروا المسلم.
UAV transmitting on Bismarck.
Enemy units on the move! Frag grenade!
Follow me, man. Follow me, man.
Medic.
Enemy units on the move!
قنبلة.
Medic.
Enemy activity. Do you copy? Enemy units on the move! Enemy activity. Do you copy?
UAV transmitting on
Go, 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 go. Clear. Enemy forces spotted.
Enemy units on the move! Enemy units on the move! Enemy activity. Do you copy?
Requesting unmanned aerial. Do you copy?
Hostiles on the ground.
Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy troops identified. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry enemy spotted. Spotted.
UAV online and transmitting.
Enemy troop!
Enemy troops identified. Do you hostile infantry spotted? Oh, enemy snipers. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces 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 spotted.
UAV online.
Enemy activity. Do you copy? Enemy units on the move!
Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy sniper. Enemy sniper. Enemy sniper. Enemy sniper spotted. Over. Enemy sniper. Enemy sniper spotted. Over.
Enemy activity. Do you copy? Enemy units on the move! Enemy
Enemy
units on the
infantry
move!
spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper
Do
spotted.
you copy?
UAV online.
Enemy forces spotted.
Enemy troop!
Medic.
Enemy units on the move! Sniper!
Enemy troops identified.
Enemy units on the move!
UAV transmitting on
I owe you one. Enemy units on the move!
Hold this map coordinate. Over. identified. Do you copy? Enemy troops identified. Requesting reinforcements. Over. Enemy troops identified. Do you copy? Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy activity. Do you copy? Requesting reinforcements. Over. Requesting ammunition. Over. Sniper! Enemy troop! Enemy activity. Hostiles on the ground. Enemy troop!
First aid! Here!
Roger on the supply drop. Over.
Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Hostiles on the ground. We need reinforcing. Do you copy? Requesting ammunition. Over. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces spotted. We need reinforcements. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Enemy forces spotted.
UAV online and transmitting.
Enemy infantry spotted. Sniper! Enemy forces spotted. Infantry spotted. Enemy troop! Enemy troop! Enemy troop! Reinforcing, you copy?
Clear! You'll live, buddy! Now get back to
Enemy
the fort.
forces spotted.
UAV transmitting.
Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Position
Roger,
cleared and under
supply drop.
control. Hostiles on the ground. Go! Enemy activity. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy activity on the ground. Hit this position. Do you copy? Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces. Enemy activity. Do you copy? Requesting reinforcements. Over. Enemy troops. Need ammo. Enemy units on the move. Hostiles on the ground. Running dry. We need reinforcing. Do you copy? Hostiles on the ground. Follow me, man. We need reinforcing. Do you copy? Enemy activity. Do you copy? Hostiles on the ground.
UAV online and transmitting.
Enemy units. Follow me, man. Enemy activity. Do you copy? Thanks, champ. Requesting reinforcements. Over. Enemy units on the move. Position cleared and under control. Enemy troops. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. On the ground.
UAV transmitting on this mark.
Follow me, man. Enemy troops on the ground. Enemy units on the move. Follow me, man. Requesting ammunition. Position cleared and under control. Enemy troops on the ground. Enemy infantry spotted.
UAV online and transmitting.
Hostile enemy troops. Medic. Thanks. Much appreciated. I owe you one. Enemy troops. Enemy troops. Enemy troops. Need ammo. Over. Enemy troops on the ground. Enemy activity. Do you
Roger on the supply
Enemy
drop.
units
Over.
on the move. Enemy units on the move. Enemy troops on the ground. Hostiles on the ground. Enemy units on the move.
Requesting reinforced support spotted. Over. Requesting reinforcements. Over.
Enemy activity. Do you copy? Running dry. Sorry. Ammo. Over.
UAV online and transmitting.
Enemy units on the move.
Enemy forces. Enemy forces. Enemy forces. Enemy forces.
Enemy troops. Hostiles on the ground. Enemy units on the move.
UAV is bingo on field. Transmission ended.
We need reinforcing. Do you copy?
UAV transmitting on this
Medic.
line.
Medic.
Enemy activity. Do you copy? I owe you one.
Roger on the supply drop. Over.
Roger that.
Enemy activity. Do you copy?
UAV offline.
Frag grenade.
UAV online and transmitting.
Medic.
Enemy troops.
Get first aid. Here.
How about some help over here? Go! 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 Position cleared and under control.
Enemy troops.
أحضر الإسعافات الأولية إلى هنا.
Medic. Medic.
Enemy troops. Hostiles on the ground.
UAV offline.
تعيش أيها الجندي.
Enemy troops. Enemy troops. Copy.
نحتاج إسعافات أولية هنا. نحتاج إسعافات أولية هنا.
Enemy activity. Enemy activity. Do you copy?
Hostile
UAV
sniper.
transmitting on this line.
Sniper.
Enemy sniper spotted.
Hostiles on the ground. Activity. Do you copy? Enemy activity. Do you copy? Enemy activity. Do you copy?
Hostile force spotted. Over. Medic.
UAV transmitting on this line.
Hold on. Recharging. Clear.
Go!
Enemy
Go!
activity.
Go!
Do you copy? Hostiles on the ground.
Go! Go!
I'm
Go!
bingo on ammo. Do you copy? Hostiles on the ground.
Roger on the supply drop. Over.
Go! 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 Go!
UAV online and transmitting.
Medic. Medic. Medic.
Enemy
Go!
units
Go!
on the move.
Go!
Enemy units on the move. Thanks. I owe you one.
First aid.
Enemy activity. Do you hostiles on the ground?
this position. Over. Get demolitions to this position. Over.
Transmitting on this
10-4.
Roger on the supply drop. Over.
Go! Enemy units on the move. Go!
Negative. Supply aircraft not ready to deploy. UAV on
Enemy
order.
activity. Do you copy? Go! Requesting reinforcements. Over. Go! Enemy units on the move. Hostiles on the ground. Enemy troops identified. Do you copy? Attack this coordinate. Enemy activity. Do you attack this coordinate? Medic. Attack this coordinate. Hit this position. Do you copy?
UAV transmitting.
Go! Hostiles on the ground. Hostile force spotted. Over. Medic. Enemy activity. Do you copy? Medic. Requesting a pickup. Go! Enemy infantry. Enemy spotted. Do you copy? Go! Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move.
Grenade!
Well done, thanks.
أحضر الإسعافات الأولية.
Enemy units on the move. Go! How about some help over here? Enemy activity. Do you copy? Enemy troops. Go! Enemy troops.
Transmitting on this mark.
Go! Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Over. Enemy forces spotted. Over.
Roger on the supply drop. Over.
Go! Medic! Sniper!
UAV is being no on fuel. Transmission ending.
I'm bingo on ammo. Do you copy? Medic! Running dry. Need help. Set demolitions at these coordinates. Set demolitions at these coordinates. Get demolitions to this position. Over. Set
Enemy on the move. Do you copy?
UAV transmitting on this mark.
Move it! Enemy troop! Enemy troop! Enemy units on the move.
Requesting reinforcements. Over.
Medic! Medic!
Roger on the supply drop. Over.
Medic!
Go! Go!
We need
Go!
reinforcing. Do you copy? Medic! Enemy activity. Do you medic? Medic! Medic! Hostiles on the ground. Enemy activity. Do you copy? Grenade! Enemy units on the move. Enemy activity. Do you copy? Running dry. Enemy units on the move. Enemy troop.
Get first aid! Here!
Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Enemy activity. Do you copy? I'm bingo on ammo. Do you copy? Running dry. Enemy units on the move. Need ammo. Over.
Requesting unmanned aerial. Do you copy?
Enemy troop.
Online and transmitting.
Go! 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 Go!
Enemy units on the move. Enemy troop.
Go!
Enemy troop.
Go! Go! Go!
Enemy troop. Enemy activity. Do you copy?
Enemy forces! Enemy forces! Enemy forces! Enemy forces! Enemy! 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 Infantry spotted!
Enemy units on the ground.
Enemy forces spotted!
I'm bingo on
Enemy
ammo.
infantry! Enemy infantry! Enemy infantry spotted!
UAV
Running
online
dry.
and transmitting.
Need ammo.
Artillery strike! Enemy! 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 Enemy infantry! Enemy infantry! Enemy infantry! Enemy! Enemy infantry! Go! 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 Go!
Enemy troop.
Go! Go! Go!
Requesting
Enemy sniper spotted! Enemy sniper! Enemy sniper spotted! Enemy sniper! Enemy forces! Enemy sniper! Enemy forces! Enemy! Enemy! Enemy forces spotted! Enemy forces!
UAV transmitting on this
Hostiles
mark.
on the ground. Enemy troops identified. Over. I owe you one. Me. Enemy units on the move. Enemy activity. Do you copy? Thanks. I owe you one.
UAV is bingo on fuel. Transmission ending.
Thanks, champ. Enemy activity. Do you copy? Enemy activity. Do you copy? Enemy units on the move.
Requesting ammunition. Over. We need ammo.
Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move.
Requesting ammunition. Over.
UAV online and transmitting.
Enemy forces. Over. Enemy forces.
Enemy
Over.
units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Do you copy?
Enemy forces. Enemy forces. Enemy forces spotted.
We need reinforcing. Do you copy? Thanks, champ.
Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy sniper. Enemy 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 infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted.
We need reinforcing. Do you copy? Enemy forces. Over. Enemy units on the move.
Hostile forces spotted. Over.
Enemy troop.
online and transmitted.
Medic! Requesting a medic. Over. Medic.
Hold on. Ammo, right here.
Over.
All right, you're good to go.
Enemy troop.
Ammo, right here. Frag out.
Requesting a medic. Medic. Enemy troop. Thanks. Medic. I'm bingo on ammo. Do you copy? Enemy units on the move. Hostiles on the ground. We need reinforcements. You copy? Enemy activity. Do you copy? Enemy units. We need reinforcements. You copy? Enemy activity. Hostiles bingo on ammo. Do you copy? We need reinforcements. You copy? Hostiles on the ground. Enemy activity. We need reinforcements. You copy? We need reinforcements. You copy? We've lost control of an outpost. We're taking casualties. Over. Enemy activity. Do you copy? Sniper! Sniper! Hostiles on the ground. Requesting unmanned aerial. Do you copy? Hostiles on the ground. Enemy troop! Get demolitions to this position. Over. Running dry. Requesting unmanned aerial. Do you copy? Enemy activity. Do you copy? Enemy troop! Enemy units on the move. Activity. Do you copy? Enemy units on the move. Enemy activity. Hostiles on the ground. Enemy forces. Over. Troop. Thanks. Enemy activity. Hostile forces spotted. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy units on the move. Enemy troops identified. Do you copy? Enemy activity. Enemy activity. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Medic. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. You've been recommended for an award. We've lost control of an outpost. All clear. Position under control. Out. Enemy activity. You copy. Enemy units on the move. Enemy activity. Do you copy?
Transmitted. Constant alarm.
Enemy troop.
First aid.
Enemy activity. Do you copy? Enemy troop. Enemy units on the move.
Transmission ended.
Enemy units on the move. Enemy forces infantry spotted.
UAV online and transmitted.
Hostiles on the ground. Enemy units on the move. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Over. Enemy activity. Do you copy? We need reinforcing. Enemy copy. Do you copy? Hostile forces reporting ammunition. Over. We need reinforcing. Do you copy? Medic. reinforcements. Over.
UAV online and transmitting.
Enemy activity. Do you copy? Enemy troops! Enemy troops! Enemy reinforcing. Enemy spotted. Enemy sniper. We've lost control of it. Enemy sniper. Enemy sniper. Enemy sniper. Enemy troops identified. Spotted. Over. Enemy sniper. Enemy sniper. Enemy reinforcement. Enemy forces. Over. Manage. Enemy troops on the ground. Requesting reinforcements. Over. We need reinforcing position. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy activity. Do you copy?
Roger on the supply drop.
Bingo on ammo. Do you copy? Hostiles on the ground. Enemy forces. 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 Enemy infantry. Enemy spotted. Enemy infantry. 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 Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces. Enemy forces. Enemy forces. Enemy forces. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted.
UAV transmitting on this mark.
Enemy activity. Do you copy? Enemy forces. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Requesting reinforcements. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces spotted.
UAV transmitting on
Enemy
this mark.
forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Good work, squad. 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 You're the finest. You're the finest. Good work, squad. Good work, squad. Go, squad. Go, squad. Go. Good work, squad. Go, squad. Go. You're the finest. 10-4. Go, squad. Go, squad. Go. You're the finest squad I ever set eyes on. Good work, squad. You're the finest squad I ever set eyes on. You're the finest squad I ever set eyes on.